Hello, welcome to week 2, Premier League season. So we're 2 games down. Arsenal, City keep the 100% record. Some other teams suffer a horrendous defeat. Yep, react, Nick, react. But you're going to dissect that, go through that, talk a bit about the Glazers, and obviously some of the transfer rumours going on. But once again, got my boys here, Amit and Nick. What are you saying?
What's happening, man?
All good, cheers.
I know. I see Amit smiling. Nick's giving a serious look.
I'm pretending to be fine when I'm obviously hurting deep inside, don't I? Obviously.
No, it's all right.
So listen, open up, Nick. We'll start with you first. United 4-0, Brentford lost. What happened?
Yeah, before I start, what you said in the last episode that we both said that we wouldn't be surprised if Brighton would win. Remember we said that when it was just
Brentford, yeah. Brentford.
Oh yeah, Brentford. Sorry, but I'd never expected us to be 4-0, lose 4-0 and then be 4-0 down after 35 minutes. I was in complete and utter shock. Like, I could not believe it. Like, the mistakes we made, De Gea for the first 2 goals. I know Eriksen technically lost the ball, but you can't really... Can you blame Eriksen, do you think? Because he technically did lose the ball, but then De Gea's obviously, he's got the ball. He's got because obviously Ten Hag wants us to play out from the back.
Yeah.
And so he's passed it to Eriksen, but you can see Eriksen is right. His man, I can't remember who it was, but his man was right on him. Like, in that situation, we're not Barcelona, of old with Pep, when they could have a player on their, up their bum, and they could still pass the ball no matter what, and not lose the ball. We're not that kind of team, and we never will be. So in that instant, De Gea should have smashed it clear, but it was terrible, mate. 4-0. We didn't even. The bad thing about it as well as the second half is we didn't even really respond. I mean, like, you think, okay, you go 2-3, 4-0 down against any team, let alone Brentford. We didn't even respond. There was no real chances from us. We've just gone back to kind of like last season. Like, pre-season was good and everyone was looking up and happy and we were getting good results, but it is only pre-season. And as soon as that first loss came against Brighton and now Brentford, we've just gone back to olds. And even new players that we've got in, like Martinez and even Eriksen, they're not looking too good. But when you've got a mess around you, a mess of the whole 11, a mess of the board, a mess of the ownership, and it's been like this steadily since kind of Ferguson retired, which is, natural, when you've had someone that good in charge for so long, naturally you're going to have a decline. But it's been a steady decline for 10 years now. It's mad that it's been 10 years since Ferguson. I think 9-10 years since we last
won. About that, yeah.
Like, it's gone quick, innit? Like, you say, I'll never go 10 years without winning the league, or 20 years. It's very easy to go that long not
so
winning.
True.
It really is. But I know we've won a few cups here and there, but it's obviously not of United standard. You know what I mean? It's not good enough. But I was just in disbelief. I kind of expected it to win, but expected it to happen. Sorry, but I didn't expect it to happen in the manner it did. And I didn't think these players could get any lower, and they really did go to a new level. And I'm just ashamed. I'm ashamed to be a Man United fan. I'm ashamed to be, associated with the club, and I'm mostly ashamed of being, having the owners that we do. So yeah, I'm a bit down, to be honest, boys. Two games, 2 losses. Liverpool next, but the funny thing is, if we beat Liverpool, which won't happen, if we beat Liverpool, we go above them. But because obviously they've won their first 2 games. But yeah, not been a good start, mate.
Do you know what? Before I get to Amit, I looked at the game and a lot of people have been saying, you watch every podcast, every pundit they'll talk about. When I saw the United lineup, straight away, because obviously, as I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they lost, but I saw the lineup and you're definitely not winning this now. It just made no sense. And I was talking to someone earlier in the week and they made a valid point. You're playing Brentford, who have, I think it's De Silva in the centre with, is it Jensen? They've got in the middle, the little technician.
Yeah, Jensen, De Silva.
Yeah, so against Brentford, they've got big people. You need big players. Whether they're not the best or not. You didn't play Varane. That made no sense in that game. You could easily have not played Maguire, played Varane with Martinez. However, I think Martinez, that was a perfect game for him to go centre midfield. So maybe go Varane, Maguire centre back, and play McTominay. Physicality, right? He's not the best technically, we know that, and I know how you feel about McTominay. But you saw it straight away. Ping, 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 goal. All right, De Gea made a mistake, whatever. But after that, you still got time to come back. But there was a part, the way, we know how Tony plays, he loves it. When the ball's in the air, just feels you, flicks it on, and him and Mbeumo, great combo. But yeah, I think United capitulated, man. And it was one of them, I don't know how Amit felt, but I wasn't laughing. I was more like, wow. Like, it's just, you're what, because I grew up watching Fergie times. Even when United were at the worst under Fergie, you kind of knew, cool, responses coming. But this United team, you think, right, these lot could keep losing. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Amit?
Well, you said you wasn't laughing. I was, because you know what it is, yeah. I was laughing at the start because I expected a second half. I expected a response. I expected something. But then, like you said, Matt, I think you're spot on in the sense that the lineup itself, you're asking for trouble. You know, when they signed Martinez, everyone said it's too small to be a centre back, too small to be, and it showed in that game. There's someone like Tony. It was just he's a big dude, and he loves a fight. He loves. I know, like Martinez is an aggressive player as well, but I would prefer him in the United midfield. But as you said, that game is a physical game. They're a physical team, and you can't outplay them. You can't complete your tiki-taka, especially when your team's not clicking. So you're still getting used to just playing it from the back and all that. Brent were thinking, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it every single time they play out. Let's go for it. And Nick, like you said, like playing out from the back is not really our style, and that's like De Gea is not really the keeper to do things like that. He's not really the type of player. Remember, don't forget when Guardiola inherited City, who's the first person he more or less got rid of? Was the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper he was England #1 at the time. And I personally, I thought he was a great keeper at the time. And when they were getting rid of him, I'm thinking, what is going on? He's a great player, but because he doesn't suit the style of play, you have to get rid. I know De Gea is a great keeper, don't get me wrong, but maybe the style of play doesn't suit him. But in Nick's point, you're spot on, mate. Like when he came to the second goal, when he was pressured, Eriksen, he came for the ball and he was getting chased. De Gea, you can see the whole game. I don't know why he kept passing to him. He should have booted it long. But again, was that a decision that he wanted to make, or was it under instruction? You know, that always play short. You know, play out from the back. I don't know. That is the style at the moment for a lot of teams they're adopting. But at the moment, United aren't even clicking. So like, it just reminds me of when Arsenal were doing it with Leno, and Leno was struggling all the time. So it's like, and then we got replaced quickly by Ramsdale, and then Ramsdale's good with his feet, and now it makes more sense. But overall, that game really summed up United right now. You know, like they've got players that don't want to be there. The players are not clicking. The quality is not there. This is not. I don't recognize Man United. This is not the United I grew up watching. But you know what? Any United loss makes me happy. So long may it last, eh?
No, it's true. What you said about the goalkeeper, just touching on that point, is people say De Gea is bad, whatever, but I agree. De Gea, for me, when I look at De Gea, he would suit a team. He would suit just going back to Atletico. If you watch Atletico play, their goalkeepers never have to be that type of ball-playing goalkeeper. We rate Oblak highly. That's how De Gea would suit. I think if Oblak does leave, I think that's the move for him. I think he'll go back there. But I feel like in modern football, you need that type of goalkeeper because it just alleviates. So when you've got the team pressing you, ping over the top. That's why City are so good. You press you press the defenders, Edison just pings it. It goes right up to Mahrez. It's 3-on-2. Like that's the type of football we've got to play nowadays. But when I look at De Gea and it's so uncomfortable. The amount of times I've seen him kick it off for a throw-in, I'm like, mate, just use your left foot.
The pressure.
It's the pressure. It is. And if you remember, Pep upgraded Joe Hart twice. So, Joe Hart twice. 2 goalkeepers. He went Bravo. And then you remember, they went, Bravo's a bit small, you know. Like, I can't do this. Edison. And then suddenly, they changed them. And I tell you what, if they didn't have Edison and had like a Bravo, they wouldn't be doing as well as they are now. There's no way. He makes a massive difference. But, yeah, back to that AI, I just feel there is something up there. Like, I think you guys gave him that deal. Nick, I don't know if you can tell me the exact figures, like how much he gets. What is it?
How much he get paid?
A week now. How much is it? Is it 350 or something like that?
Yeah, I'd say I think it's like around the low to mid 300s. Yeah, between.
That's what I'm saying. So like, you look at it and you think, what was? I think not last season. I think the season before he was alright, and he's just been a decline. All right, he saved in some games. But
last season he was very good. I mean, the season before that, I think he was poor, but I think I agree with what both of you boys are saying. And his distribution is poor. It always has been. But I think if there's a player in the team that deserves higher wages, I don't think anyone deserves that kind of money. But if anyone does deserve those kind of wages, I would definitely put De Gea there. I don't think we've made a mistake giving him a long contract with big wages. He deserves it. Like we spoke, I think in the first episode with Amit and Mo, that he's been Player of the Year for United 3 times. Yeah. He's proven that he's a very good goalkeeper, and you both have said that as well. So, but it's just his distribution is poor. Maybe should one of the managers down the road, like Pep did, turn around and said, you know what, let's cash in on him, because obviously we could still get a lot of money from him now. I mean, he's early 30s and he's a goalkeeper. He can go for another 5, 6, 7, 8 years. So, but his distribution is terrible, and obviously Ten Hag's way of playing is playing from the back. So Ten Hag needs to make that decision. Does cash in on De Gea? But then the season's just started. I mean, he either has to do it now, now. And obviously, he sent Dean Henderson on loan to Forest, who had a very good game against, was it West Ham?
West Ham, yeah.
Yeah, West Ham. But then there's been questions about him when he came in last season. I mean, he got COVID and he didn't come back in, but he had some good performances. But he's definitely better on the ball than De Gea is. And he's a good goalkeeper. But I still feel there's someone else that we could buy that would be better. But you know what? There's so many big issues at United. De Gea getting replaced is right down the bottom for me. Yeah. There's that many big issues at United.
No, you're right. No, it's true. I just, I feel like you'll give it this season, let it go. But you look in the world now, there's not many available type of ball-playing goalkeepers. There's only 2 I can think of. The guy at Leeds, Melier, who I think is a good keeper, and the one currently at AC Milan, who I think is Mike Mannion, something like that. He was phenomenal last season. So I feel like that's the route United will eventually go down. But like you said, I just think that, there's too many issues at United. It's like, you talk about the midfield, and then you're not getting much from Rashford now. But it's like someone was saying, is it not the manager failing to get the best out of them, or is it just the players?
Isn't it just too early to even mention that, really? Because like the manager is trying to instill this idea now, and he's trying to bring in players that he wants that's going to fit the plan that he wants, and until he gets like this first window, and Nick, maybe you can confirm with me, but he wanted 5 players, is that right? Yeah. Like he wanted 5 players to fit a system that he wants to play, but they haven't managed to do that. It's been a horrible window for them. Like they've tried their best to get a few players, and then they've struggled in a certain state, with certain players like Frankie De Jong, for example. But he does this window should have been a very, very key window for him to get at least his spine sorted, and then he can work from there. But I think like they failed to do that for him, really. So it's like 100%. He has to work. He has to work with these players.
Yeah,
I couldn't put any.
You know what I mean? So with Martial, and Rashford and Sancho even, they all have the ability. This was crazy to me. They all have the ability, but for some reason, in that the Brentford game was a good example, because they were given a game plan. That game plan didn't work out. These players are on big money. Yeah, let's not forget. None of them adapted and changed the game. Yeah. They all got ability, but somehow they have the inability to adapt to a different style of play. Yeah. And they just carried on playing the same way. That's why you saw no progression and change in a reaction from the second half. It's the same stuff over and over again.
It's true.
Yeah, I couldn't put any better. I mean, Amit is bang on. I mean, he's not been backed properly, and it's funny how we get battered. We got battered by Brighton as well. I mean, it was only it was 2-1, but we still got battered. They deserved it. I think we started well against them before. I can't even remember now. It seems like so long ago.
Wait. Did you? No, it was nil. Did you not score? No, you did score.
Yeah, they scored
2-1. It was 2-1. Dalot got that kind of own goal.
Yeah.
But he's not been backed, and now all of a sudden we get battered by 2 poor teams. I mean, when I mean poor, I mean we should be beating them. I know Brighton are a good team, and Brentford done really well to stay up. Yeah. But and now we're already panicking. Like we're trying to get this player in, Casemiro apparently from Real Madrid, which I can't see. Felix was apparently, we've approached Atletico Madrid for him, and obviously he said no. Like it just screams absolute chaos from the board and the owners. Like, and it's like this all we knew at the end of last season. Arsenal fans knew, Yeovil fans knew that at the end of last season we needed a CDM and a centre midfield at the bare minimum. Yeah. We've started this season 2 games in, 2 losses. We still don't have a CDM. We don't have a CM. Okay, Eriksen's an attacking midfielder. He did play CM against Brentford, but he's an attacking midfielder. We still don't have a CDM and we still don't have a CM. It's hilarious how bad it is at the top. Like from top to bottom, it's poisonous. And yeah, what Amit said was 100% correct.
You know
Nick,
what it reminds of? You know them ones where you'd have an assignment or essay. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Suddenly, it gets to the last 2 days, like, yo, this
You're
is
panicking,
Monday, you know?
Right. So, Matt, with you saying that, that's so true. Because, like, I want to ask Nick this year. I don't really keep up with too much Man United transfer rumors or whatever. But do you think there's going to be a flurry of panic buys between now and the end of the window?
I think so. Yeah, I think there's going to be a few that are going to come in. There's talks of up to 5.
5.
Up to 5. Yeah, that's like I said. That's what they're talking about. Whether they're going to follow through with that, I'm not saying they're going to follow through. But what I'm hearing is up to 5. There's going to be a CDM, CM, a forward of some sort, and 2 defenders. I think maybe 2 fullbacks. I'm not sure,
mad.
but
That's so
yeah.
mad.
But even, you know what? When you hear about those decisions, it's correct, but they should have been doing it at the start of the window, not now panicking after 2 losses.
But that's what I think. Even with the Casemiro thing, I think the guy is incredible. Like, I think he's amazing, and like you said, he's the type of signing. This was the window, like Amit said earlier, where you should have said, all right, Casemiro. Let's say Casemiro, De Jong, a striker, Malacia, who I think is all right, Martinez, then you would have been all right. That one you would have been like, you know what, cool. And then hope that some of the other players raise their level. But the issue that you have at the moment is you haven't signed the players you wanted. The players that are currently there are not performing well at all. As obviously your defense is still shocking. And I think, I can't remember if it was you or someone else said that him letting Maguire keep the armband was for me, it was too simple. It's like, if he had changed that, I feel that would have kind of changed.
That would have been a big statement.
You said big statement, you know what I'm saying? And said, listen, I'm coming fresh. I don't want you even if he gave it to someone like Varane. Champions League, this guy won the Champions League how many times? 4 times? 3-4 times?
Yeah.
He's coming, big price tag. All right, he's been injured. But I feel like even he should be getting I think Maguire should have his time out the squad now. It has to happen.
It's a joke. It's a joke, yeah.
And remember, they've got one problem. And he's a big guy up top. There's Ronaldo. What's happening with him? Because
did you hear what he said the other day? He said that out of the 100 stories that have leaked against him, 5 have been true, and in the next 2 weeks he's going to come out with the truth.
Romano and them
2 weeks.
Sweating.
Yeah. Why not now? Why not now?
Yeah,
I agree.
But if you want
to drama team, just come out and say.
Listen, like if I'm the owners or whoever in charge of contracts and stuff at United, I'm sorry, man. He's a bad vibe. He's bad vibes to the end to the team now. Yeah. I'll just cut him loose. I know you don't want to be here. If you want to leave, I'm just gonna cut your contract. I'm not gonna pay you nothing. Let's just keep it a clean thing, and you can go your own way and we go our way. That's it.
I think he's going to go to Sporting Lisbon. That's the rumor. He's going to go to Sporting.
You think so?
Because that's what I've heard. That, Sporting are going to be potentially the buyers for him. Because we're in the Champions League and he goes back home, and he just wants to be in the Champions League.
Yeah. Has to be a free transfer, doesn't it? I don't think they can.
It has to be, yeah.
Technically, we've got a year left on his contract, and we had an option. I didn't realise this until a few days ago. We had an option to extend it. So technically, we took him on a 3-year deal. So we could demand a fee. But with Ronaldo, what he's done for United and stuff, I would be more than happy to just let him go for free because you're saving about 400 grand a week on wages, which is a lot of money.
Yeah, for sure.
But you don't listen. Obviously, we've dabbled and spoken to United a lot, but obviously. They're the club where a lot's going on at the moment. But we're going to move on quickly to some of the other games. I want to forget about them. We'll skip Brighton Newcastle. That was a 0-0 if ever I've seen one. You know that one you just see like
dead game, man.
I
expected goals, but
that was a bit lame. But we'll go to the handshake, the battle at the bridge. Them two. That was a game. Like. I don't know. I caught the last. So I watched a bit of the first half, and then went out. Got the last 20 minutes. It was mad, and I think who's it missed a chance in that game because they could have easily won. Was it Havertz? It was him.
Havertz.
When they
I think so,
2-2. Like I don't know what your thoughts are on the game.
I think that game sums up the progression of Tottenham. Sums up what Conte can do to a team because remember back at even last season, even all the seasons before, Spurs don't win at the bridge. Spurs don't get games at the bridge. get wins at the bridge or draws, anything. But Conte has changed the mentality of their team. And if Spurs from 2 years ago conceded that goal, the second goal, that's it. That would have been game over.
Yeah.
But nah, not this Spurs, man. Not this Conte Spurs. They've. I can see a shift. I don't like it, but it's there. You know what I mean? The Spurs fans will be happy because they look menacing, man. I'm telling you, like the squad is strong and they all look hungry to do something mad this year. At the same time, though, Chelsea, they look good, but I think they're screaming out for a centre forward, you know, because they dominated that game in the first half.
Mate, missing it. And you look at Havertz, I think we say, because also in our little WhatsApp group, like, we've got the person, not going to name him on here, that loves Havertz. Give him time. But I think, how many more chances do you give him? He's saved by that Champions League winning goal. I'm telling you now.
He's living off that, man.
I'm telling you, because I watch him sometimes, I just think, what are you doing? Like, you can do so much more. Like, I looked at the chance that come across by James. What you do? Like, he's right in front of Lloris.
But wait, Matt, don't you think he's a bit limited up top because they stack him up top? You don't get a lot of chances in the Premier League, man. So it's like he doesn't get to dictate play like he used to. So if he was a number 10, I reckon he'd be much more effective. But Chelsea don't play like that, and they because he ain't got a centre forward, it's the closest thing they got. So he's got to play there. I think if they get a centre forward and drop him back, who?
Are they going to get Uber?
Well,
I think they are.
I heard the swag guy.
Swag.
Listen, I saw today. I have nothing. I feel no way about it. I swear. It's like, if he comes back with, he starts banging in goals, like he hits the over of like 3 years ago when he first signed for Arsenal. Obviously, the whole Premier League should be worried because he's a finisher. He's a finisher. The amount of chances Chelsea create, he's a finisher. But they've got to play him centre forward. Arsenal kept playing him on the wings, and he just lost form. I mean, he went through a lot of issues, and that just coincided with him leaving. But with Chelsea, I don't know. I personally would I would sign someone younger than him. But but what is he? 32, I think.
Was it 32, 33? Yeah,
33. You're gonna get what? How long out of him? 2 years, 3 years before he moves on again. So you better hope he gets form and he stays on it. Because it's a waste of a year. There's no time for development. It's just boom, straight in, bang goals, get us a cup or something. But I don't know if they're signing whatever. That's all I feel about it. So whatever signing for real.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I feel like they need a striker, but I think they've still, what's his name? Armando Broja is still there, right?
Broja, yeah, he's still there.
I think, is that the only one they've got there, like out and out? I'm trying to remember now. I think that's it. Oh yeah, because they're Bamford and stuff. Yeah, so probably him. But like you said, I think they need someone younger. Or do you know what could happen? Mr. Christian, maybe on loan. You never know.
Who? Ronaldo?
And you never know. On loan. You never know, mate.
You never know, but that's something that I would be...
a bit far-fetched, I think, man. I can't see it.
You don't know. You don't know, because we say Sporting, right? But Sporting, they've got rid of, I think, from what I remember, 3 of their best talents over the last season or so. So Nunes has just come towards. So I know it's the club you grew up in. Would you want to go back in that, even though you're our Champions League? Like, you want to go and increase your record, but do you have a chance of doing anything in the tournament? I don't know.
Probably not, yeah.
Now if Chelsea come calling now, say on loan, I think United would make it a bit more difficult, but it could happen.
It ticks the boxes.
Chelsea go for Ronaldo. I think United would demand a fee, but I think Ronaldo is all about himself, and that's why he's as good as he is. He's tried to make him the best he can be, and that means going to Chelsea to get the Champions League goals. He needs to widen his record at the top, and fair enough, but he knows deep down that would really, really ruin a lot of relationships with United fans. But would he be that bothered? I hope he would be, because it's Ronaldo.
Think so.
I don't think he has that anymore. I feel like this period has kind of changed things. I feel like, when he was there and you loved him, he was number 7 and he banged 48 goals, whatever. I think now he's come back, because I think you expected a lot more last season when he come back. But I said from the beginning, it's the wrong move.
To United?
Yeah, I just didn't.
It should have been City.
That's it. But then
It should have been
I
City.
know United have got this thing where I don't know what Fergie's role is at that club, right? But whatever happens, you know,
He's a
you get
wizard,
the phone
mate.
call. Yo, Sir
He's
Alex,
a
you're
director.
thinking, it's ridiculous. Like I think that's one thing you lot need to do as well. You need to separate from him now.
Yeah,
Tell
man.
him, listen,
Never.
you've done your part. You're
Never.
a legend, but please just.
Not having that. Not having that. I understand your point
it's
of
too
view. I
much.
understand where you're coming from, but Ferguson's an unofficial director. They just ask him for advice here and there. He's not full on hands. Because I think you get active and inactive directors. I might be saying the word wrong, but I know he's one of the inactive ones where he's just there as like more of an ambassador, and he just goes and watches the game. And yeah, he did get involved in a Ronaldo situation, but he would do. I think a lot of other things that have been happening over the club over the years is he's not really got involved in, so he's not
He's like
too hands on.
I think 2 other managers. He's like a dark cloud watching over them. Like, don't mess my club up. What's wrong with you?
He's a ray of sunshine, mate. He's never going to
To you,
Need the
to you, man. Not the other managers. Ask Moyes.
Well, he got Moyes in. He was on Ferguson.
Yeah, but he watched him. He watched him like his dad. You know what I mean? He watched him like, listen, son, don't you mess this up.
You know what I mean? Turn up in the change room, man's already sitting there. He's like, yeah, we're doing a team talk. That's my team talk.
Yeah, he's sitting in Moyes' chair in the office.
Oh man, but they understand.
Leave him alone.
So probably what I said, but yeah, like back to what we said, Chelsea, Tottenham. Yeah, I'm with you. I do feel like Spurs have got a bit more grit now. However, this is not just because I'm an Arsenal fan. I don't know. I'm still waiting for the game where I can sit there and go, okay, Tottenham. Like listen. What they did in Chelsea with them was good. I'm not disputing that, but I'm just waiting for that game where I can go, wow, they have really changed. Like, I haven't seen that yet because, all right, we say draw at Chelsea, right? Last one they scored, but Chelsea had bare chances. It wasn't like a Conte one where it was like they created loads of chances, they deserved the win, but they got the draw. It was one of them games where Chelsea should have scored many goals. We saw it, you know what I mean? So, and Son had a quiet game, very, very quiet game.
Second game.
That point, quiet, but one thing I would say, they've got options now. Back in the day, they were bringing on Brian Hill, that looks like the guy from, is it Big Bang Theory?
Brian Hill, yeah.
Brian Hill, they had Lamella, Brian Hill, Skip, still coming on, but now they've got real options, like Basuma, Richarlison. So yeah, I do see what people are saying, but I'm still yet to see. Maybe I'm just living in the whole thing of Spursy, whatever, but we'll see, man. I think they will have a good season, but I just think there's still other teams that are a lot better. I still do think that. And United, listen, the transfer window is not finished yet, so United might still do bits, but
you can't. Let's be real. You can't write United off. You can't.
Never,
they're still
never.
United, man.
Yeah, never.
Remember this time last season, people
I'm starting to write them
Arsenal.
off. I'm starting to write them off. I feel so negative about everything. It's like, but
Are you still negative about ETH?
No, not at all. Not at
all.
So I've got no blame on him. I'm not saying he's not made mistakes already, but he's a new manager. He's just come in. I'm not putting any blame on him. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to get fully behind him for at least the whole season and beyond. Because I know Aaron Tagawa was in a country where obviously I tend to dominate, but when he took over, they hadn't won the league. I don't know if it's been a couple of years or a year they hadn't won a league. He went straight back into winning it, which I'm not saying it's like the greatest feat of all time, but the guy's a winner. He played good football, that Champions League one where they unluckily lost to that Mora hat-trick in the Champions League.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were close to a final, and he's always played youth, like Ajax always play youth. But no, I'm putting, even if he has made mistakes, which I'm not saying he hasn't, I'm fully behind him 100%. There's no doubt about that.
I could win that Dutch league. I could get an 11 from
my
company.
Mate.
I could get an 11 from our company and win that.
You do.
And then there's a team, your trophy's the freaking tray. You seen it? The trophy.
Yeah,
it's not a trophy, man.
What was that? Like, do you know what? I get what I'm joking. I get what you're saying. I feel like Ajax, when they got that Champions League run, they were phenomenal. But I feel like United don't have them type of players because you remember he had Ziyech. He had Ziyech, De Jong, De Ligt. Who was that? There's another guy I'm trying to remember now in midfield.
Neres.
The guy that always looked like he's buzzing, isn't it? Yeah,
always.
Yeah, him. So
Tadic had a great. He became world class at Ajax.
Mate, I'm telling you, it's true. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, no, they look sorry. But yeah, I still think you can't write United off. I just feel like they are going to struggle a bit as it goes on, which leads me on to the next team in red, the rivals United, Liverpool. Oh my! 2 games, 2 draws. What are we saying? Title done?
No. Come on, man.
I said that City would easily win. Like when I said easily, I said that I think they're going to win it by at least 5-10 points rather than 1 or 2 points or goal difference like they have before. But and even though it's only 2 games in, Man City are going to be absolutely relentless, aren't they? So you would say that they're 4 points behind already. That is a big gap after 2 games, and Man United might get a draw or a win if we're lucky against them. And City, I don't know who they've got next, but
Newcastle,
I'm sure home or away.
Away.
Not that it makes any difference, but yeah, they should win that. But obviously, Newcastle are buzzing at the moment, new owners, and started the season okay. No, I think it's long gone, and it might get to a point because we're Liverpool. I'm not saying they're not going to finish second, but like Arsenal started really well, Tottenham have started really well. You could see Arsenal and Tottenham pushing for second as well.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
But I'm gassing you up, man.
Listen, I've been an Arsenal fan. Amit will probably side with me.
Look at Amit rolling his eyes.
Long to believe.
You know what, Matt? Come on, you know me, yeah. I'm very optimistic.
Oh no! Stop it! Stop it!
Wait. Let me speak about Liverpool first. Because I don't want to say too much about Arsenal. No, stop it. But Liverpool, as I watched Liverpool, I expected them to smash Palace. I did expect it. However, what I saw was a team that were not clicking just yet up top. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like because they don't really play with a focal point. And Darwin Núñez like, although I think he's gonna he's gonna be all right. But for the moment, he's got to get used to the Premier League because is it Anderson? Anderson played him for a fool that whole game.
That was so funny.
And it was so good. It was so good.
There, right? You know what I mean?
100%. And then the fact that he already had him trying to headbutt him before, and then eventually got him. And as soon as he did that and missed, Anderson's like, yeah, I got you. Next one. Next one. As soon as you touch me, I'm going down. He's a big lad, Anderson, And he went down in slow motion. As he was falling, the referee got the card out. There was no card. The red card was out before he hit the ground. But Liverpool, like, I think, listen, they're going to be fine, man. They're going to be fine. But for the moment, I think they're still clicking. And once they do find their feet properly, the attack anyway, I think they'll be okay. But I do think one thing they did that having Nat Phillips and Elliott playing, they're the type of players you put on when you're like 2-0 up.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, shore up the game or have a few minutes, Elliott, like get into the game a little bit. Because I don't think they're ready for like the full on running, even though they're both good players. Nat Phillips done all right. And Elliott, I think, is brilliant. But I don't think they're ready for the next step yet. You know what I'm saying? So I think they do need another midfielder just to fill that gap. Because, the Thiago lost as well. He's injured for a bit. Yeah. So, they lost that another bit of creative spark from midfield. So I think they do need another. I got a notification
saying that Forest are going to buy Gibbs White for 45 million from Wolves.
Excuse me, how much?
44.5 million. Literally just came down on my notifications now.
45 million.
Yeah.
What? I don't understand the Premier League money. I don't get it.
He's very talented, Gibbs.
I don't care.
But the only thing I'll say, this is what gets me promoted teams. Sorry, I don't know why Nottingham Forest are making me change subjects now. Just quickly. When you come up, don't spray the peas like that. No, it doesn't.
Do you know who's in charge?
You know them guns. What was it? When they do the dollars, they're shooting. That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, like those the Supreme guns.
Yeah, the Supreme guns.
Yeah.
They're linked up with Awara as well, and now Gibbs White 45 mil. I don't know. Actually, no. Let's talk about Gibbs White. Listen, we'll deal with that whenever. But back to what we said about Liverpool. I agree with you. I don't know if they had any other defenders on the bench though. Was Matic there or Konate?
I think. Well, yeah, Joe Gomez, isn't it?
Or Joe Gomez. See, this is what I'm saying. I would have personally started Gomez at centre back because the problem is Liverpool love the high line, right? And you've looked at the goal. Nat Phillips was caught square, mate. I don't know what he was doing. Like, he's the type of defender he's good against when you play like the Brentfords, when the ball's in the air, bang, header. Palace don't play like that. So I feel like, they missed a trick there. And I'm going to go by what I said before. They sold the wrong African. I don't care.
Salah should have went?
If one was going to go, this is my person. I don't care what anyone says. This is what's my channel here, yeah?
Yeah.
I feel, they should have, like, if one was going to go, Salah. Because I watch Salah, right? And he bangs goals. Okay, top goal scorer, I get that. But Mane, in them games like the Palace one, those are the games where you'd watch. Suddenly Mane gets that left footed swing top bins. Like, you remember, who did they play? Villa, second from last game of the season. Weekend team, you thought, they're not going to win this. Ball comes in, Mane diving header. Like, I think people underestimate how much he actually meant to, not all fans, but some underestimate what he meant to that club. Like, honestly, I feel like it's a big, big blow. They'll win games. I do agree with you. I mean, they will get better. But before with Mane, Firmino, Salah, even Jota, they could change and interlink it. Now with Nunes, I can't see Nunes doing the going out left. Like, Firmino's very unselfish. Remember when suddenly Mane's up top, then Salah goes up top, then Firmino, like, they can do that. When you see Nunes, it's like they kind of have to play off him. You see it sometimes, like, give it into him or cross it into him.
But it's the same. It's the same as like City with Haaland.
Yeah.
But like with I just think that if you're gonna pick someone out of the two, you're gonna pick Haaland to finish chances. Because like, look, Nunes had this great chance in the end of the first half. He scuffed it, hit the post, yeah. And then but I feel Haaland would have put that away.
Yeah, that's true.
Would have put that away. So like those chances that Liverpool get, and if it's Nunes, it's, like I say, he will get better. But for now, he's scuffing these chances. He's still trying to make. But look, he's out now for 3 games. Is it a straight red? It's straight red, right? So 3 games. Possibly it could be more because of violent conduct or whatever it is. But that's just like, what are you doing? Because look, but honestly, I think that spells bad news for United next, because Firmino fits that system better than Nunes does.
Yes, exactly.
So if I was United, I'm thinking, oh damn, Nunes is not playing. I wanted him to play.
It's true, because Varane, I'm sure, assuming Varane will start that one.
He will start. Varane and Martinez are going to start.
All in the air, whatever he dealt with it. Now you've got the free fleet-footed, because I swear that's the same front three that played at Old Trafford last time. When
I think so, yeah.
They got mullered in at 5-0. I'm not
5-0,
laughing, but it happens, and it's football. But
you do love it.
What you said about, I just feel like City could be gone. Like, because I think, was it 10 games till World Cup? Is it 10 games altogether before the World Cup starts? So we've got another 8. If City go into that World Cup with a gap of, let's say, 8 to 10, I know there's still 28 games, but bro, I would not be surprised. You're probably looking already and be like, it's done.
I need City to lose, though, to make it interesting.
They will eventually. You know what's going to happen? They're going to hit that part where they always play Southampton away. And they're always
yeah.
You know what I mean? And the Newcastle...
that James Ward-Prowse free kick saying...
You know what I mean? Ward-Prowse, Aribo goal. Had to chuck you in, sorry, Nick, to big him up. He wanted it. Aribo, well done. Yeah.
Hey, listen.
You're welcome.
Well done, man. That was good.
Well done. But, all right. Well, I'm trying to think what... how can I figure Arsenal, Leicester. If I start 4-2, I can't lie, 2-0, I thought, that one's thinking, it's all done. I literally went to the bathroom, washed my hands. I heard 2-1. I said, 1 where? Who scored? Own goal, my guy Saliba. So I was disappointed.
I laughed when I saw that as well. I was thinking about you when Saliba scored a own goal. Because I was this close to putting him into my team as well.
However, that was Ramsdale's fault.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I was about to say that.
As a goalkeeper, and I said this in the previous podcast, you follow the play, right? If I see my defender with Jamie Vardy that doesn't stop running, come towards it, you kind of position yourself towards, straight in line with him. So if he's going to head it to you, bang, it's down to you. Why Ramsdale's more the other side, waiting for Saliba to do that, angle it to him? I didn't get it. And that's where Ramsdale, I think he has them little moments where I feel like we can be cruising and then suddenly puts us under pressure. Like, good shot stopper, great ball distribution, but I feel there's still parts of his game he needs to tweak. But yeah, the rest of the game I think was phenomenal. The reaction every time we conceded was amazing. Like that there alone shows you a change in the mentality. All right, it's 2 games. I'm not going to get gassed, but you can see a slight change. And Gabriel Jesus, bruv, like it's Alexis Sanchez. Like I said this previously as well. It's the same thing, as it's infectious. You're a player. You see him hassling around, and now you can see Martinelli suddenly wants to get barged. It's a bang, coming in.
I like it.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And the goal, mate, phenomenal.
Yeah, I think, like you said, man, Arsenal's attacking this year I'm not worried at all. We'll score goals. I think coming at the end of last season, our goals sort of dried up a little bit, and that's when we lost those 3 games in a row because we weren't scoring goals. It was after the international break. We scored 1 goal out of those 3, and it was a fluke Odegaard goal. But but we were creating chances. But now I feel like everyone is. I saw a slight system change where I saw Xhaka in a bit more advanced position, and he's not really the type to sort of get in the box. But you know, you see a difference because the defender that, well, what were you doing here? Kind of thing, like, it's them ones because like he's not really running to the box like that. But you know, I'm happy you did because he got a goal as well, and like you said, Jesus is having a massive influence on these attackers, you know, and like the Brazilian connection with Martinelli, Jesus, and you know, on that side because Jesus is good because he can float. He's everywhere. He's everywhere, not just up top. I know, like he's a number 9, but he don't really play as a number 9. He's like attacking mid. You can see him switch places with Xhaka, switch places with Martinelli. It's so interchangeable and it's so fluid. It's hard to mark, and I love watching it. And it's so nice that he's so slick. You know, it reminds me of the old Arsenal and the slick passing, quick slick passing. Sorry, Nick, I know it's hurting you because United aren't doing this right now. But I'm sure, Nick, come on, you can appreciate it. You can appreciate the way Arsenal are playing right now. But the one thing I do have concern with is that these goals that we're conceding, like they can be avoided quite easily. The Saliba one is a massively unlucky, I think. The rest of the game, Saliba was quality again. Do you know what I mean? So listen, not gonna. You're telling me not to get excited, don't get gassed. But how can I not get gassed, bro? How can you not get gassed after watching this?
Not yet.
Come on, man. Come on, bro. Like,
do you know what it is with me? Like, I supported this club for so long. Wait, let me think. Since when? 93, 94. I remember Ian Wright. Was it Ian Wright? No, it wasn't even him. Someone else gassed me with Arsenal back then. But all the years I support him. I'm like, yeah. And there's certain games and grounds where I'm like, man, I don't know about you. Like even Bournemouth this weekend. I know everyone thinks we're gonna smash it off the park. I've got this thing in me going, yo, like it could be a
you should. You should feel like that because if you don't have that feeling, the players should have that feeling as well. Because if you feel too confident, that leads to complacency. It's a fine line. Do you know what I mean? I needed to believe that they've got goal scorers in the team. They just came up. They're confident. Do you know what I mean? So we just got to be on our game and just smash them early. If you're not intense on the first minute, boy, you're going to be setting yourself up. That's what Arsenal do a lot. They start off slow, and then and then the other team, we can get in here, and then that happens, and then our confidence goes down. But now, like you said, when we conceded goal, straight back in, 100 miles an hour again, go. Because like, do we know what they say? The old cliche, man. You're weakest straight after you score a goal.
All the time. And
so straight after our opponent score, we go for him again.
No, and if you watched it, I don't know if you saw in the game, it was a part where I think Jesus scored the first one. He turned to one of the defenders and he was like, and I just feel him and Zinchenko have brought that. We've done it at City. So when we're here telling you this is, we're
listen to me.
So
listen to me.
Disrespectful. We're City here, we're here. So we're coming here to tell you, lot, this is the levels, bruv. Yeah, you want to be there because even if they can give us 70%, that should get us top 4.
I just find it amazing that City are just openly getting rid of these quality players, you know.
Crazy.
And it's not even mad prices. It's 45 million. I'm just going to check for 30 odd for him.
Yeah.
And then even Sterling at Chelsea. Like, cool, you bought Haaland and Alvarez, but is Alvarez better than Jesus?
Not better than Jesus, but I tell you what, he's going to be big this season.
He's going to be something special.
Listen, again, we're going on like, it might be, but we know Jesus is.
Yeah, no, it's true. Do
you get what I'm saying? That's why I think it's crazy that City has let these people go, but they're still going to walk the league. That's how mad it is.
Yeah. No, and speaking of, obviously, because I'm no Nick being a United fan, I'm not going to get you talk about Arsenal loads, don't you worry. So we're going to dabble on Leicester just a little bit, because we did talk about them. I can't remember which one of you two was with me when I said Leicester, I'm worried for Rodgers, and was it Nick? Was it you?
We were both.
It's the first episode, yeah.
I watched them, and I just feel like the Fofana linked with Chelsea, Tielemans obviously linked with Arsenal, Schmeichel gone, which still baffles me, bro. Like I'm confused by that one. Up front, Vardy's older, Barnes is injured, Daka hasn't really hit the ground running. They've got Ayoze Perez that he's in and out, does his thing. And Madison, what do they call him? The Love Island. Oh, what was it? The Love Island someone. And I was thinking, why are you mocking the guy? I still like him.
Okay.
I feel like they're going to struggle. I don't think we're going to see the Leicester that was going away to them away grounds. Like, remember when they beat City, was it 5-3? Where they had a mad game. I don't think we're going to see that now. I think Leicester have hit that point and now they're slowly just going down.
Yeah, I think I agree with that as well. We all said it was on the first episode that Leicester have bought no one. Have they still not bought anyone since then?
No one.
So.
No
Yeah,
one.
that is really, for a club with, as we were speaking about before, a club with supposedly and proven very good owners. They built a great team. They've obviously won the league, and you know what I mean. Everyone seems to love them. Players, managers, coaches, fans. They love the owners of this club. It makes you think, like, is this the actions of owners that maybe might sell the club? I don't know. I mean, why would you allow your team to be, somewhat gutted? It's not been properly gutted, but as you said, even if you just lose a couple of players through sales and you're bringing no one in, like it's not a good look for you, is it? And yeah, like I think Rodgers could be the first guy who gets sacked or walks. So I can see him walking. I don't know if he'll get sacked, but because I think it's a bit unfair because, like you said, they've bought no one. I mean, I might, after this, I might go just on Twitter and just check out Leicester's posts and just see what fans are saying underneath. It's a good way to find out. I'm sure a few of them will be saying, "I'll sign some players," and why have you bought this player? Why have you sold Schmeichel for just 1 million and whatever it may be? But yeah, it was. It's weird. It's strange what's going on for Leicester. But I did want to say about Arsenal. I know we spoke about them a lot, but like I'm finding them just very fun and exciting to watch. And I see your front line, like your Martinelli, Jesus, Saka, Smith Rowe. It is, and I said that to you guys last season. It's just a fun, quick, exciting forward line, isn't it? And it's just like, you know what? Even though obviously Arsenal were like better, I suppose they're better than United now. I suppose so. But like when I've got Jesus and Martinelli in my dream team, I'm buzzing when they're scoring and assisting goals, bro. So yeah, the Arsenal are doing amazing, and I think you're going to batter Bournemouth. I really do. I know you've got that doubt, and like Amit said, you should have that doubt. But as a neutral from the outside, I like I said against Palace when you played the first game of the season and I had the bet with my friend, I was just so confident you weren't even going to draw because I saw your pre-season, I saw you bought in. Like you said, bringing those two City players in and kind of bridging that gap from like you guys being 4th, 5th in the league and getting two absolute serial winners and bringing them in. That's so smart. And I think, I don't know who said it, but having Arteta as your manager and having that connection with City and Pep was vital to those two signings as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
Like I said, I reckon maybe second for you boys, man. We'll see.
Nah.
Look at
Nah.
Maybe.
Realistically, we know Liverpool are going to pick up. So it's going to be them two. And I feel like the fans outside the top two need to accept that. And a lot of people are saying Spurs are the next. And I'm not disagreeing. Spurs have had a great window. And yes, it wouldn't be a surprise if they finish third. But I feel like it will be close between Arsenal and Spurs. Because you need to remember as well, I feel like with the World Cup, the Champions League, and I think, I know Arsenal in Europa, but Arsenal don't really, you can afford to play your young ones in Europa, the initial stages, like you're playing the Dundalks and the Carabags. Everyone mentions that club when it comes to Europa.
Always them too.
You've got a Carabao. So that's when you play your like Patinos or I don't know who else got now, Maitland-Niles and maybe like a whole
days, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You get away with it. I feel like with Spurs in the Champions League, I think it will make a difference, which is why obviously they added to the squad. But yeah, I do feel in the long run, it's going to be close. And World Cup throws us for everything, isn't it? So we really don't know what's going to happen.
One thing I don't want to hear from any Arsenal fan is Arteta out. You don't need that. You don't need that energy, man. Watch All or Nothing. I'm telling you now. I know we know how it ends that season, but I'll tell you what, man. Arteta has transformed the mentality of that team. I'm telling you. I was impressed thinking, right, this is my manager, Like, people were doubting this guy. But it's obvious that the board are backing in. The players want to play for him.
Yeah.
And he's having a massive influence on this team, man. And that's another thing from the City mentality. It's come from there. And he's learned from Pep. And Pep talks about him with such like high praise. And there's got to be a reason for it. He's not just saying it because that's his boy. You know what I'm saying? But I can see something special happening at Arsenal. And hopefully I'm right. Hopefully this feeling is right, man. But it feels really good to be an Arsenal fan right now.
Yeah, no.
I'm wearing my shirt with pride, you know what I'm saying? And boy, geez, I can't wait for the next game, I swear.
You know what, just to add as well, it's actually 16 Premier League games before the World Cup starts. Not 17.
Oh, 16, yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
what,
I was counting it the other day and I just confirmed it now. Your last game's on the 12th of November against Wolves away,
Is it home?
and then you're back on Boxing Day against West Ham.
No way.
And from then till then, it's 16 games. So it's a good chunk
Is
of the season's going to be
Arsenal
played.
home to Wolves?
You're away to Wolves.
Oh, cool. That's all right then. So yeah, 3
You've got
points
2 away
before-
games in a row. You got Chelsea away and Wolves away, and then you go into the World Cup break.
So 3 points before we go World Cup then. Cool.
6 points.
Nah,
6 points.
let me stop. But no, obviously, yeah, nah, good. But there was another game I wanted to talk about before we go to some transfer. Who was it? Oh, that was it. Villa, Everton, called Gerard Lampard. We're not going to go. The one that weirdly didn't surprise me too much. Nottingham Forest, West Ham.
It didn't surprise you?
1-0. It didn't fully, you know. When I look at West Ham and I look at their signing, they signed a centre back, Gerard or Guard.
Good, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Unlucky. You can't make it.
That's unlucky, man.
Very unlucky. And you look at their team and you think, Antonio's been poor for a while. Bowen has started awfully bad. He's been poor in his first 2 games. They bought Scamacha. Was it I don't know how to pronounce it. I might be wrong. Him up top, he hasn't really started yet, but he'll get into it. But I look at them and I feel like you're going to be left behind already. And you're in the Conference League. When I say left behind, if they had any aims of finishing top 5, top 6, I don't think they're going to finish up.
They just signed that defender from PSG as well, that Tilo.
Well, I'll tell you what, I won't name them, but there is someone I spoke to on Insta who's kind of in the know with them, and he put something up about that new signing, and I messaged him. I said, "What is he that bad?" And he goes,
"Oh, no way."
He just put lol, just lol. He goes, West
no.
Ham will not know what's hit them. I went, oh wow.
At least he wasn't. At least he wasn't mad expensive. You get it? Is there 10 million?
No, it's true. But you know what? And that's the thing with West Ham. I don't know if it's just me that, but do you want to see them sign some higher echelon type players? Like they're always.
Listen, they're a London-based team. They're rich. There should be. They could. I don't see why them don't go for a while.
Oh, literally, you took this. Me see, Amit, the connection all the time. Oh, literally, say, why not? Like Payet style.
Yeah, exactly. But Omar's there for the taking. It's cheap as well, probably about 8 million.
Like euro as well for him.
Yeah, that's about 10 million, bruv.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I don't.
Yeah, you got to go for it.
I watched them. They've got problems, and I feel like you can see like with Declan Rice as well. I feel like this will be his last season at West Ham. I feel like for him, he's looking good. You know what? I'm going to do the World Cup, get out of the way, and then I think he's done. I think West Ham will be lucky to finish top 8. I really think they're going to struggle.
Really?
Yeah, I really do. Really do. Cresswell at left back, Nick's love child for FPL last season.
He's got me bare, mate.
He's been awful. Like, his delivery is poor. Like, when you watch Cresswell anyway, apart from his crossing, what else is he doing? Or his good delivery? Nothing else. There's nothing else. Sufar's been poor. Souček, I don't know what's happened to him. Like,
what happened to him?
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, they're having
goal scoring machine, man.
Man, and they had what's his name? Nico Williams from Forest looking like Beckham. Man's got number 7.
Number 7 on his back. He's having a great time there, man.
Crossing man was whipping in. I was like, huh?
Who's this guy?
They're unfortunate not to win because they did hit the bar, Mr. Penn. But I tell people, playing them promoted teams, which is why when everyone laughed at Arsenal last season, playing the promoted teams early in the season away from home is hard.
Dangerous.
It's dangerous. And that's why I felt, West Ham signings not really going according to plan. It's going to be a hard game. And now look, they're out there spraying 45 million for Gibbs White. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about him, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know much myself, but I've heard good things.
Have you heard 45 million good things about him?
In this day and age, I mean, Forest have got the Greek guy in charge, isn't it? He's an absolute nutter. I'm obviously for people. I'm Greek separate myself, innit? The owner, isn't it?
Oh, the owner. Yeah,
he's an absolute nutter. Yeah, he's a nutter. This is a toy for him. He's just thinking, I'm in the Premier League. I never expected it after how poorly Forest started last season in the Championship. Obviously, they got Cooper in charge and they've just flown up the league and gone through the playoffs. But he's thinking, you know what? Even if I'm only here for 1 year, I'm going all in, man. I'm getting like Lingard. I'm getting Lingard on a 1 year contract, 200 grand a week. I mean,
yeah, that's mad.
I've seen in the Forest. But
Well,
he's just having fun.
Yeah, they want OR as well, innit? So crazy. I don't know what your Nick's doing.
Jay Ling's saying
Jay Links.
Is that what it is? Yeah. Oh, mate.
Yeah.
That's how you know Amit don't care. He's like, yeah, JL, yeah, cool.
JL, yeah. Don't care about you, Jay Links.
Right in the game, but you know what? I'm gonna touch on one team that I think now. There's one team that I feel like now we didn't mention it before. We're going to be dark horses for top 6. I'm looking at Wolves, bro. Listen, the last couple of signings I've looked and gone, whoa. Nunes now from Sporting, Guedes from Valencia.
Have they signed him though?
Signed, bro, official.
Wow.
Yeah. I think what
an impressive signing, man.
Raul Jimenez can pick up a little bit, and they'll have them playing well.
They need to. You know what? Honestly, I believe they need to replace Jimenez.
Eventually, yeah, real soon.
They need to, man. Because since his head injury, he ain't been the same. Yeah. And the other kid they got, that Fabio Silva, he's dead,
man. Oh, man, atrocious.
He's dead, man. Wow. What a trash bag of a player, bro. Oh, my days.
You know what it is? It's because his hair's bare bushy. When he comes on, it looks like...
It looks stupid, bro. He looks like a clown. No, I don't like him, man. I don't like it. I have no faith in him when he comes on.
Nah, he's awful. Listen,
I think he's going on loan. I think somewhere. From what I last time, I think if I'm right.
I can't remember what club it was. Probably one.
But he's definitely got. But he needs the loan.
Cypriot clubs. Them
yeah.
Clubs, like Nicosia or something.
Nicosia.
Or Limassol, one of them things there. Yeah.
Nicosia, the only Cypriot team. Quarterfinal of the Champions League.
Famagusta, yeah. We know about Famagusta.
Famagusta's an area. It's not. I don't know if they're.
It's a team. There's a team. Don't try me, bro.
Don't test him, man.
It's not just called Famagusta. Then it's not just called. All I know is Abuel Nicosia.
Don't worry about it.
Nicosia, Limassol, AEK. But anyway, Abuel, the team I support in Cyprus, the only team to reach the quarterfinals of the Champions League in 2012, and I flew to Cyprus and watched them beat Lyon on penalties in the last 16 before we got battered by Real Madrid. No, I got to see Ronaldo in Cyprus as well.
Nice.
I salute Nick. Anyone, Nick is a proper fan. When I'm seeing him on Insta doing up on away days, man be going Sheffield, ratings. Like he's
the depths of the country.
Trust me, proper football
it's
fan.
Fun. Yeah, away days are so much fun, man. They're just fun.
Obviously, how long we got that transfer window? What are we saying? 2.5 weeks now. 2.5 weeks. So before we wrap up, I want to talk about one player, Anthony Gordon. Yeah. Obviously, Chelsea linked with him. I think they said Pep likes him. You know the newspapers have to do that. Put 2 clubs.
Of course.
You know what I mean? I just want to say, what do you lot think? Like, do you think he would be a good signing for Chelsea, or?
I think personally, he should stay where he is because he's getting a lot of game time. He just got a number 10 shirt. He can just go and just have a great season. If he keeps it up, then he can demand a move. But he really only broke through last season. So it's like, let's not get too excited. Chelsea, do they really need him? I don't think so. They're just being greedy just because they can. Same as Man City. They don't need him. But he'd want to go. He'd want to go because it's the opportunity to go. But if he was smart, if he's advised correctly, he shouldn't go. That's my opinion.
And I think Everton fans would not have it. I mean, like, they started the season so terribly as well. They ended it terribly. The pre-season was terrible. Like, if they're going to get rid of one of their kind of bright stars, even if it's a 40, 50 million, I mean, it just doesn't make sense to Everton fans or Lampard. Like, why would you sell him? Even if he's like maybe turned an eye and thought, you know what, Chelsea are interested, I might want to go. But you know what, he's young, he's loved by the fans. It makes no sense to sell him. Like, he needs to develop a bit more. I don't even know too much about him in terms. I know he's decent, but I don't know if he's. When I saw the offer of 40, 50 million, I was like, okay, so maybe I need to look into him a bit more. But yeah, I don't think Everton are going to sell him because they're already 2 games in, 2 losses. Lampard is already under the cosh, and the fans are very passionate, very vocal. And I think if they sold him after the start and the end of the season that they had yesterday, I think it would cause absolute carnage within the Everton kind of hierarchy.
Yeah, no, I think 45 is not enough for him. I think Everton, I think if Chelsea going for about 65, 70 million, I feel that's...
Come on, man.
I know, but Todd Bowley's
crazy money.
Todd Bowley
stupid money.
He thinks he's in a casino, bro. He's dashing money, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere. And I feel like that's the issue. That's the only worry at the moment. I feel like with him now, that's how they're going to roll. However, I think Gordon is good. I saw a little clip, I think I was mentioning to you, that when they played Chelsea, and his pressing was absolutely mad. And I feel that's what Chelsea want. I feel Chelsea want to be that type of team with like City, where they suffocate you into an area. You lose the ball, attack, get the fast players to do a bit, and I think that's the way they're trying to go. But yeah, I do agree. I feel like Gordon's got to stay. If they let Gordon go, you might as well swap him with whoever's top of the championship now. Like, that's the type of
man.
Would be.
Nah, so I don't think it's a good move for him to move anyway. Stay where you are, mate.
And also, guys, before we go on, I'm going to start, maybe this week, next week, predictions. I'm going to do a little table, yeah?
Okay.
For every game, certain games, and I did this because I want to see who's best at predicting. So this week, I'm going to pick selective games. This week, I'm only going to pick 2 games. I'm going with Arsenal, Bournemouth prediction, and I'm going to go with United, Liverpool prediction. So we'll start with Amit.
Arsenal, Bournemouth, I'm going to say solid 3-0 Arsenal. United, Liverpool, I'm going to say 3-1 Liverpool.
Nick's thinking, they took it light on us, yeah?
Yeah, Nick's thinking, we scored a goal, yeah?
Yeah. What about you, Nick? Arsenal, Bournemouth, Liverpool?
You said Bournemouth at home, yeah?
Yeah, Bournemouth home,
Yeah.
Arsenal I think they'll concede. I think they'll win fairly comfortably. I'll say 3-1 Arsenal. Jesus hat-trick. All assists by Martinelli to get me loads of points in the FPL.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Man United, Liverpool. I'm expecting us to lose, but then now I'm thinking, like, what's the worst that can happen? I don't
know. Mate, you don't want that answer.
3-1. Yeah, 3-1 Liverpool. I think Liverpool win 3-1. But like, it depends how he sets up. I mean, we could play quite defensively and try and just snatch a point, which sounds horrific to say when you're at home at Old Trafford, but that's how bad it is at United. Yeah, I'm saying 3-1 away wins both games.
Yeah, I think the Arsenal game, I think I'm with you lot. I think 3-1 Arsenal. As much as I have my doubts, I'm expecting when Bournemouth do score, it'll be key for more. I don't know what it is about that guy. Arsenal, when it comes to facing 2 strikers, it really annoys me. But I'm hoping
the lever's there, bro.
Did a cool name moment there. This guy.
Yeah.
My guy Saliba.
Oh man.
I think 3-1 Arsenal.
That'll forever make me laugh that.
And the United one, do you know what? I feel like
any result could happen. Like, I could see it being a draw.
I think narrow
2-1
to Liverpool. I feel like it'll be one of them games where it's going to be tight. Because as a United player, right, you've lost your first 2. You have to go into this game with extra desire to want to win. You have to. But you have to.
You think, bro. I feel they got no pride, bro. They're so disgraceful, man. Man, they're disgraceful, that club.
Confidence is at a rock bottom as well.
Yeah, I agree, Nick.
What do you say, Nick? Sorry?
They should have the pride, but I think confidence is at an all-time low. It's probably the lowest I've ever seen.
But what better game to raise your confidence, though?
Oh no, you're right. And you know what? And
draw.
Also, there's a Twitter group called the 1958, which is all about against the Glazers, and they've put a kind of notice out to say that there's going to be protesting at 7 p.m. outside the Mega Store, I believe, at 7 p.m. obviously an hour before the game, and they've been instructed. Obviously, they don't stop people going in, but they've been instructed that no one will go into the game who's protesting. So there could technically be quite a few gaps in the stadium, but let's see about it. So there might be less fans. I'm not saying there's not going to be a lot of fans still, but hoping that a lot of fans do stick to the protesting, that go to the games, going to Old Trafford.
Yeah,
on Monday.
I think it'll be close. I don't think it'll be it won't be like last season, because last season Henderson was doing up musical statues in goal, letting Salah run all the way to the 6-yard box and bang in. So I feel like you're going to play good. And I feel like this one, I think Martinez will switch up now. I think he'll put Martinez in that position. He should have learned from this Brentford game. You know what? I've got to do it now. He has to. Something's got to change. And don't be surprised if you might see like Wan-Bissaka back as well, back up right back. Maybe start as well. Because Luke Shaw...
Wan-Bissaka gets a lot of stick, and rightly so, but Dallow's not much better himself.
No, he's not. And Luke Shaw, needs to be replaced with Malacia
Yeah.
because, man, I don't know what diet Luke Shaw has been on since the Euros, mate. He
He's a
looks
chunky
tubby.
boy, isn't he?
He
looks
does
like a potato, bro.
He fluctuates a lot, but he looks now very,
To be fair, he always runs a lot, even when he's like kind of fluctuates and he's not slow. But you're right. If you look at him when we first signed him as well, and you look at him now, he's like,
Oh, yeah.
days.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no,
like,
it looks poor. But
ridiculous.
listen, as I said, won't be surprised. And I think 2-1. But are we counting? Let me think. Are we going to count if the score happens either way anyway, or it has to be the clubs that we've said? Because now I'm thinking it could be 2-1 United.
And it has to be one way. Like you have to pick one way.
Has to be one way. Our predictions are the predictions. That's it.
There's me want to be right. And all I'm going to say, guys, is well, this week my FPL team going to do well. So my head-to-head opponent, who will be watching this, I know
I beat you both, didn't I?
I don't remember.
No, not me,
and Amit had done in a head-to-head.
We don't talk about
Yeah,
that.
you did.
Because all I know in the overall table, I'm above both. But on that note, listen, we're going to wrap it up there. Boys, listen, once again, thanks for coming on. You know, hopefully,
Cheers,
thank you very much.
Some more transfer news, everything like that. Obviously, fantasy deadline is what, 11 o'clock tomorrow? Or am I lying?
I've got 2 transfers to use. I don't know what to do, man.
I'm sure you'll remind us.
I'll help you. Don't worry.
Safe.
Yeah.
He needs all the help he can get. He needs help, man. Help. Go help United. Go help United with their transfers, man.
But no, big up, boys. Thanks again. Listen, wrap up. We'll be back next week with another one. Hopefully, a couple of more guests. Yeah, I hope you're watching. You know who I'm talking about. But yeah, love, peace.